Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome everybody to Clyde's Corner, a podcast, episode 2. That's right, we're back at it again for week 2. It does start at 6 p.m. East Coast time, and it will be on Spotify, YouTube, and I'm going to try and put next week's episode on Apple Podcasts and maybe some other ones. It's just I kind of wanted to stick with Spotify and YouTube since you guys used it and you enjoyed it, and also it's going to be streamed live every Saturday on my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/GsxrClyde. So, what are we going to be talking about today? Well, we got a lot going on. We're going to be talking about some more experiences that I've had in the streaming career, kind of how I stay positive. And also, I want to focus on new players or returning players, or maybe even LFG experience, and how to become part of the community more. Pretty much me just gassing up my community, because a lot of issues that I'm seeing is people are trying to return to the game, or people want to make new friends and enjoy the game like others do, but they don't have the confidence for it. So we're going to be kind of all over the place today with what we're talking about. But I first wanted to start off by saying thank you to everybody, people that listened to week 1 episode or watched it live or went and watched it back on YouTube. I got so many messages, okay, like flooded with DMs on Twitch, on Discord, on YouTube, comments. Like, it was insane. And like, I didn't expect all that right off the bat. I was hoping for, you know, making people believers when it first started, but it was just like, it was kind of overwhelming. And I was just kind of shocked at like how much impact that last week's episode had on people. And I was very grateful. That's why I stream. I try and have an impact on people, give you a place to hang out and be entertained, and also, you know, help out with shit sometimes, because, you know, it's not always easy. You know, I don't live the golden boy life. Not at all. I mean, I've been through depression. I've been through, you know, tons of anxiety. And did I make the best choices to choose on how to fix it? No. Do I try now? Of course. But first off, you have to understand that you have people to talk to. Okay? You might say, well, Clyde, you know, my family doesn't understand, my friends don't understand. That's okay. They always can't just have an answer for everything, but you should reach out and try and talk to someone if anything's going on in your life. A friend, a gamer friend, someone in Discord. I mean, reach out to my mods. Hell, even message me, you know? A couple people messaged me and said, hey, Clyde, I'd love to chat sometime. I'm dealing with some shit in life, and I'm talking to a couple people tomorrow. Yes, Thor, chew your bone. Thor said hi. But, you know, it's very cool to see people like come together and sometimes, you know, face your fear, because, you know, I've done it multiple times over my streaming career. You know, my job every day, again, hot takes coming. My job every day is to piss people off. That's my job. Because the people that doubt me and the people that hate on me, I'm here every day to piss them off, because I'm just going to keep succeeding and they're going to keep hating on me. And that's fine. But that's what motivates me to do more. When people tell you you can't do something, or people tell you that, you know, hey, you shouldn't do that. You know, I mean, people say it all the time. You know, people will say like, you know, hey, maybe you don't deserve a job promotion, or maybe you know, maybe your friends or family are telling you, hey, maybe you shouldn't do this in life, or, you know, you're in a relationship and it's troubled and you're like, you know, you're thinking that you should just stay in it because it's comfortable. No, fuck that. Like, face it, move on, do what you got to do. And if someone doubts you, prove them wrong. If you're in that kind of situation, you know, sometimes you can't. Sometimes you just can't, like, get out of the situation that you're in, but there's always a way out. And what I like to do is I like to make a to-do list. On my off days, I like to, which is tomorrow, I like to make a list. Like, what do I want to achieve this upcoming week? What do I want to do? And I'll usually write down 2 to 3 things, maybe 4. Usually I keep it around 3, because I know I'm not going to get all 3 done. If I can, that's great. That was an awesome week. But I at least need to get 1 done. Like, maybe I need to reach out with an email. Maybe I need to do something with streaming. Maybe I need to make a certain video. Like, I have to stay on the ball all the time, because if not, you get lazy. You know, it can impact your career. You kind of just never know. You never know like what's going to happen with work or with anything, you know? I mean, we all could walk into work tomorrow and be like, hey, you're fired. Shit like that can happen in life, and you kind of got to prepare for it. So I just wanted to get that point across, that, you know, people are here, you know, especially in this community of what we built. There's people here that are willing to talk and help out. And, you know, that's what kind of like inspired me of reading all the messages, is that, you know, reading everybody's comments of what they said about week one's podcast was, you know, it's okay. You know, it's okay to have problems. Like, everyone deals with it. I do. I mean, I deal with shit. Like, trust me. You think that I bust my ass every week and work so much? I don't have time for friends. I don't have time for family. It sucks. Like, I make phone calls. I call my friends. I call my family. I ask them if they're doing well, but it doesn't mean that I'm always there. You know, my friends are calling me. They're like, hey man, you should hang out more. And I'm just like, dude, I'm busy. I'm trying to build this house. I'm trying to do stuff. And they're like, you need to make more time. And I'm like, in this job, you really can't. You take too much time off, and you could lose the hype. You could lose the juice. You know, you could lose the train that you're on. But what's good though is to take time off. Is, you know, what I've started to notice, that people, like, I see bigger creators that take time off. They take off like weekends. I like to stream on weekends because people are home and they might be able to play on Saturdays when they can't game during the week. I hate taking Sundays off, but like, Sunday's a good time for me to be social. Friends, family, football. And you need to give people time to like miss you on streaming. Because if you're streaming 7 days a week, people just know, hey, you're always there. They're always going to be there. You know? You're always streaming, so they don't miss you. You know, they're not like, hey, like, where you been? What are you doing? But when you take time off, people are like, hey, how was your weekend? What did you do? You know, and I want to like start focusing on stuff like that, especially when I move into the new house in November, to do like IRL stuff, you know, just stream in the house, stream in the kitchen, hang out with chat, drink a few beers, you know, vibe with chat. Because when it comes down to it, it's what chat and the streamer that they watch, you got to bond with chat more. You have to give people a reason to want to watch. And that goes out to anyone that's trying to get into streaming. Because, you know, getting into streaming is one of the most stressful jobs you can ever ask for, because it's kind of like almost impossible to be part of the 1% where you just start streaming and viewers come watch, unless you were like known on other platforms. So you're like setting yourself up to fail, but that's fine, because you should treat streaming as a hobby. It's literally a hobby for you, and that's it. It can't be off a job, because as soon as you start treating streaming like a job, people just go, oh, they just want money, you know? And, you know, it's tough. And then you got school, and you got other stuff coming into play, like IRL stuff. I mean, anything can happen tomorrow. I can wake up tomorrow and my water heater breaks, or my air conditioning, or my truck breaks down. Like, all that stress can just pile up on you, and you're just like, son of a bitch. Like, when it rains, it pours, you know? And I feel like that happens a lot. But what I see in chat every day, and even in comment sections on social media, it's people get so freaked out over life, you know what I'm saying? And you kind of have to tell people, like, look, this is this is what being an adult is. Shit happens, you know? Sometimes it happens to you at a young age. Sometimes it happens when you're older. Sometimes it might not happen at all, and then all of a sudden it hits you like a brick, and it just shows up out of nowhere. And every day, you know, you're put with a task, and there could be a challenge. You just never know. But the main spiel of everything I just talked about was, you know, talk to someone. Don't let it sit around. Please take care of your problems, or at least try, because it's just going to keep getting worse and worse and worse if you don't do nothing about it. Right, Thor? So, with this community building topic, I don't want Thor to yap right now, but it looks like he's going to. Come over here and say hi. Come on. Come over here. You've been being good until now. Come here. Come over here. Yeah, you come say hi to chat. There you go. So, like, what I'm seeing within the game right now, especially people that are trying to come back to the game and do, like, King's Falls and do other raids and, like, maybe try and get certain raids done and get certain armor in the game or certain missing guns that they got from Vault of Glass or Vow of the Disciple or even Last Wish. Like, a lot of people are, like, they're not speaking with that confidence that I'm talking about. They're not speaking with, hey, I don't know if I'm good enough to do this raid, or I don't know if people won't kick me, or yada, yada, yada. Like, that's not normal. Like, people shouldn't have to think like that. And it's not your fault. It's just because of random players you might have met, or things you might have read about, or might have heard about. Like, that's not how this game is supposed to be enjoyed. You know, you're supposed to find a community, find friends to hang out with, and play the game together. And if not, if your friends aren't on, you should have a safe place to go and find others to play with. You know, and I know it's socially awkward sometimes, but it's really simple of just messaging people that are in a VC or something and just being like, hey, I'm gonna mute, just chilling, but I can hear you. You know, give them that common courtesy to at least join and just mute. You can listen to the team callouts, but you just don't want to chat, and that's totally fine. Yes, I'm plugging the Discord. Discord.gg/GsxrClyde, one of the best places to hang out. People tell me every day in chat, people tell me every day in DMs on social media that Discord has changed their life, and it does. It does. 100% it does. It gives you a place to hang out. People won't judge you. We don't play that bullshit, you know? We don't play people being assholes. If they are, we just ban them, and we just move on. And then people whine how they're banned, and they can't go anywhere else and play, and that's fine. But we can't tolerate that stuff. I have people that are married that play with their kids. Their kids play in my Discord. I need to give them a, you know, at least some sort of disciplined area to be able to hang out in and know that it's family friendly and it's safe, you know. And if people act up, we get rid of them, and there's no shame in that. But, you know, just helping people with these King's Falls these first couple weeks, you know, people are like, oh, I haven't done the raid, you know, I haven't done it since D1, or I haven't done this. You know, is it okay? What's the light level requirements? You know, people are asking me all these questions like there's a requirement to learn a raid. No, there's not. Everyone is at that spot in the game where they didn't know shit. And they had to learn too. Well, you just got to be a player from 7 years ago and know how to do King's Fall. It's not even the same raid anymore. It's two totally different mechanical raids. And it's really easy to do. It's just, people just have to, you know, explain a few minutes. I just got done with a raid where I helped 5 people through. I think one person had a clear, but the other 4 needed help, and I was just coaching them. We didn't wipe on totems. We didn't wipe on war priests. We had 3 wipes on Golgi and 2 wipes on daughters, and that was it. That's not even a bad raid, and it was quick. It was a little bit over an hour. It honestly was pretty simple to do. Sometimes I wipe more in my experience raids, because remember, players that are experienced, they don't communicate because they just expect the fire team to know what's going on. Oh, well, I thought you knew that I was going to do this, or I thought you knew that I was going to do this, or I was going to put on this. Like, what am I, a fucking mind reader? Like, and the big problem is some people just refuse to teach, and that's totally understandable. But just tell people that. Just make a post and be like, hey, I got something to do in an hour. I'm trying to do a raid in under an hour. If you word it like that, or say it like that, people that know that they're not experienced are not going to join a raid that has to be done that quick because they feel like they might not know what they're doing. But I've also seen teaching raids go that quick, you know? It happens. But it's not even about raiding. It could be, you want to find a team to play Crucible with because you're a PvE player and you would like to play PvP more. You would like to do trials, you would like to do this, you would like to do that. Like, that's the whole purpose of playing with the community and finding people to play with. And I just think that people need to really, you know, go that extra mile and try and reach out to people and make friends. And trust me, I mean, I'm not against the whole LFG and the live Twitch chat. If people come in and they go, hey, you know, I'm looking for people. Do you mind me asking? Sure, go ahead. Ask all you want. Like, go ask anybody. Ask as many people as you want to play. And if they're not answering at the moment, it's okay. I mean, end of the raffles, do what you can. Stuff like that happens, you know. But right now is a good floater season, because between this season and next season, we're getting ready for Lightfall. And you should be able to make friends from now until then, so then when Lightfall comes out, you don't have to worry about it no more, because this game is so much better to play when you have a team and you guys can split up into 2 groups of 3 and you can get shit done. And then, you know, if you need to meet up for all 6 to do a raid or do a master catch or do anything that requires 6 people, you can meet up and you can all sit in VCs. And I know people that sit in my Discord that don't even play Destiny. They might be playing a different game together, Apex or Fortnite or, you know, COD or whatever, you know. It's just cool to have that friendship building skills. And a lot of things that I've seen since I started building this Discord 4.5, 5 years ago is like, some people are really against it, especially like console players. Like, now that Xbox has Discord integrated, which I still haven't checked out yet, but I heard it's really easy to use. Some PlayStation gamers don't use Discord because they're just like, oh, I don't want to run 2 headsets. Well, you know, there's headsets you can get, like SteelSeries and some Turtle Beach headsets, and even the Astros. You know, there's plenty of headsets you can get where you can Bluetooth in your Discord from your tablet or your cell phone or your PC or your laptop and tie it all into one headset. I just tell people to Google how to get PlayStation and Discord sound in one headset, or vice versa with Xbox, or just, you know, Google is your best friend. It's pretty amazing. And I really think people should try and focus on that more. And if it's not your deal, like if you're just like, hey, I don't want to use it and I don't want to play together, that's fine. But when the loot comes out and people go, well, I don't have that gun yet, or I don't have that loot, well, what do you expect, you know? And I see that happen a lot all the time. People message me and they go, hey, Clyde, I don't have this gun, or I don't have this. I'm like, all right, well, how many times have you tried to do VOW? You don't have the Forbearance rocket or the grenade launcher? Why don't you have it? Oh, well, I've never tried. I'm like, well, okay, well, there you go. Right now, all you need to do is go in and do the red border for VOW and King's Fall once a week. Do the 3 red symbols in each raid. It's guaranteeing you a red frame. Also, you're getting drops, and at the end of the raid, you get a guaranteed red frame. And then once per week per account, also, you can buy a red frame weapon from the chest at the end. So technically, you only need to do 1 VOW and 1 King's Fall a week, and just play with RNG and see what guns you can unlock. So within 5 weeks, you might be able to craft something. I've told a lot of people that, cataclysmic, other weapons, you know. It's it's not that easy though. Sometimes it's not that easy to find a raid team or find people to play with, and I totally get that. But every time I ask chat, like, hey, how many people need spoils? How many people need this gun? How many people need this gun? And everyone's like, me. Like, there's tons of people that need the same shit you do. They need the same guns you do. They're missing the same stuff you do. Just got to get you guys gaming together. And I'll do pretty much everything possible that I can do to make it more easier for you. You know, we're working on some new Discord stuff. We're trying to make it easier for you to make groups. We're trying to make it easier for you to learn how to play with other players, and, you know, do what you can. I'm also working on a video right now that I will be pretty much voiceover. I'm going to do a voiceover on it tomorrow. It's a video on how to return to the game. I made an alt account, Larry the Carry, because I wanted to do an undercover King's Fall raid, because I think that's going to be fun. But I started the Witch Queen campaign, and I kind of went over all the important stuff. I was 1350 when I signed on. I played on the account for 2 days, and I'm currently 1560. I have type in, I got it crafted, I got it ready to go. And I've had this account since Forsaken, because I did some undercover Last Wish stuff, but it's very easy to return to the game, but I know it's hard to kind of know what direction to go. So I'll be going over that video, and I'll post it on YouTube to kind of show you, you know, what to do to get back into the game, you know, what stuff you should focus on, because there's no clear intent on what to do. I know it's very, very balding. You don't have mods, you don't have resist. I don't even have a resist mod. Like it's terrible. Like it's tough, and I get it. You know, I wish Bungie would work on this stuff. Maybe they'll be able to fix it when Lightfall comes out. Maybe they'll fix it next season. You know, we'll see what we can do. But I really want to just make sure that people understand that, you know, you got a home, you got a place to kick it. You know, don't believe what other people say. Don't, those negative people that might be around you, just get rid of them. Like, they're pieces of shit. They're not going to help you at all. Let them be miserable. And unfortunately, there's nothing we can do like that in this world. You know, sometimes it happens. You know, I've cut friends off that were just rude and pieces of shit and weren't good for my lifestyle anymore. And I was like, you know what, I'm moving on. Peace, you know, and kind of just did my own thing for a while. And that's okay, you know. Trust me, I don't have a lot of IRL friends. I got about three that I talk to, maybe 4. Yeah, 4. But other than that, I just see people and I'm just like, hey, hope all has been well, yada yada yada. But they ain't my friends, you know. They don't give a fuck. They only come around when something's going on. And it's like, hey man, I know your type of rat. You know, you're on that Remy shit. I ain't got time for that. And you know, that's why I want to focus more on like IRL stuff, because people like seeing that kind of stuff. People want to see like what you do around. Like, I want to do more vlogs. I want to do shit like that. But it's just currently where I'm at right now in the house. Like, I don't have a lot of room. There's not a lot of room in this house. And then the new crib, it's game time. So I did get a call from the general contractor yesterday, and the plumbing is in there right now. They're finishing up. The electrical guys will be coming in there next week. And about 2 weeks from now, we'll be doing a pre-drywall meeting. So it'll be game time. Once you do that pre-drywall meeting, you pretty much go over all the parameters of the house and ask them where all the outlets are and make your last minute changes. And once they slap up that drywall, it's game time. Can't make no more changes. And I'm sure they'll be getting it up pretty quick. So my plan is to just bust my ass until then. I do have TwitchCon coming up on October 5th through the 10th. So if you're going to be in Cali for TwitchCon, I'll be there. Let's meet up. I'll be at the convention. I'll probably be at the bars, drinking, having food, butt touching. I like grabbing ass and giving hugs. So if that's your thing, let's go. I'll be there, San Diego. Other than that, I don't plan on taking any days off until I get in the new house in November. It's looking like a move-in date around Thanksgiving, because I'll probably get the keys early November, but I can't move in right away because I got to get a fence put up for the dog and all that. So it'll be exciting. But you know, kind of where I plan on taking the channel more is to do more guides. You know, I want to do a lot of guides on Master Nightfalls, or the Grandmaster Nightfalls coming out. The Master King's Fall guides, I'll probably do a weekly video on each challenge to help you guys out with that, and just keep pushing this YouTube. Because I know there's more stuff that I can do on YouTube to kind of push and, you know, juice the algorithm and like juice the videos. But like, I don't ever feel like I want to put myself in that predicament where I need to force videos. Like, if I don't want to make a video, I shouldn't make it. You know, you shouldn't overwork yourself. I've done that in the past, and it's painful, you know. But I got a lot of good ideas to get us all the way to December 6th. December 6th is the new Destiny season, so that's going to be wonderful. Can't wait for that to happen. We got God of War coming out on November 9th. I will be playing that for sure. I'm a big God of War fan, so I got my PS5 ready to go. I'm excited for that. Other than that, I don't know if I'll check out anything else. I know people have been asking me about the new COD. Am I going to play the new Warzone? Like, I never really got into it, but it might be fun to just turn it on and play a couple games. Maybe, you know, have a little variety night one night just to do something different. So, you know, we'll see. I'm definitely not opposed in doing that, but I'm definitely trying to keep my eye on the prize and, you know, stay grinding, because, you know, people you know, have been supporting, and they're enjoying watching the raids, and they're enjoy coming into chat every day and getting the information. Some people asking if I'm going to do a house tour. Probably not. I can't show like the full house because, you know, people will be creepy and try and look up where I live, and come stalk me at night, and I don't want to deal with that. But I'll show as much as I want to, but other than that, I mean, you ask any creator, they mainly aren't showing like their sighting and their address, or, you know, even if you blur out your address, just giving people a floor plan. You know, they'll find stuff out, and then people are pieces of shit, because remember, they're jealous of you, and you know, they're miserable every day, and all they want to do is hate on people that are more successful or more grindy than they are, and it's a fucking rotating door. It's crazy. It's crazy with how we deal with shit now, and we deal with the rats, and it's just crazy. You know, I was thinking about this before I went live today. I'm just like, why is everything the way it is now? Like, why you know, why is Twitter the way it is? Why is gaming the way it is? Why is Twitch the way it is? It's just, everybody's so fucking, you know, hateful. Like, for some reason, like, they're just standing there waiting for some drama topic to come up and just jump on it, and literally jump on you and shit on you. You know, it's like, oh, I like pancakes, he hates waffles, fuck him up. Like, they're just waiting, and it's just, it blows my mind that everyone's just such a piece of shit, you know. And I know I could be an asshole and I could be a piece of shit sometimes, but at least I own up to it, you know. It's not easy, because I mean, I'm very tamed on Twitch. Like, it is the real me, but like, I don't put up with shit, and I think that's what people need to understand too, is, you know, don't be the sheep. Don't just stand there and be the punching bag. You know, that's what's gonna build your stress levels up even more, your anxieties. Don't take shit from nobody. Like, you're not here to impress anybody. You're here for yourself. You don't have to explain anything to anyone. You don't owe anybody anything. You need to realize that. And sometimes I catch myself doing that. I'll be like, Chad, I'm sorry, or hey guys, I'm sorry I acted that way. But it's like, most of the time when I've acted out to even say something like that, it was for discipline, or to be like, hey man, you know, shut the fuck up. Sometimes people are just annoying. It's different if you're a parent and you got kids. But you know what I mean. Just other people, like, the way you do your shit, don't worry about what other people say. And it's just crazy to me. You know, I can't do shit. I literally can't tweet a wrong thing. I can't DM a certain thing. I can't text the wrong way, because I've seen that impact streamers before. Something gets screenshotted, it gets put on Twitter, and then it goes, hey Twitch, this partnered streamer is acting out and doing this, you know, fuck them. Like, man, like, what? And that's just how it is, because sometimes something you do off camera or off stream could impact your career, because, you know, that's kind of how the social media plan works. So think twice sometimes about, you know, being in the real world with, especially like a social influencer, you know, being you know, in the marketing jobs, being in the streaming world. You know, remember, that comes with the job. Being a streamer, you literally just put up with a lot of shit, and you got to deal with it. It sucks. And the larger you grow, the bigger you get, the more eyes you got watching you, and people don't give a fuck. People will literally just, hey, yep, they're doing well. They're growing their stream really well. Yeah, let's go fuck them up now. Let's go shit on them. It happens all the time. I've seen it happen to a lot of friends. I've seen it happen to other creators, and it's even happened to me. And it's just, it's like, why? You know, why? And it's not even in streaming either. It's just your job. You could be at work and someone else gets a promotion, or you do, and they don't. They're pissed. It's like, why can't you just be happy? Like, why can't people be happy for others? You know, before, it's like, you could say hi to someone, or open doors for people, or, you know, do whatever, and like help someone with their groceries, or help someone with their cart. Now it's like, people are fucking worried about talking to a stranger or being out in public around people. Like, what the fuck happened? Like, I don't understand. Shit's just so different now, and it's no one's fault. It's just, you know, everything's just evolving, but everyone takes offense to everything. Like, all of a sudden now, people are just offended. That's what I'm saying. People just get offended about any little thing now, and they just wait to comment on something, or they wait to, you know, take a stab at you when you didn't do anything. So that's, you know, that's why I believe in karma, man. I'm a big karma believer. So like, I try to avoid all that, you know. That's why I always try and give back. By the way, we're doing a $1,000 giveaway next month. We love ads. Yes, we do. We appreciate people that watch the ads and hang out and chat and support the Twitch dream. So yeah, next month we're just gonna throw a whole bunch of prizes into a big loot pool, and it's gonna be at $1,000 value. So GG's. We'll have more info on that very soon. Thor's enjoying his butt scratches right now. What's up, bud? You're being a good boy. Trying to keep him quiet. But if I got to sit here and pet him and talking to the mic, it's all good. But, you know, it's just stuff that keeps happening, that I keep seeing over and over and over with the community, or with, just friends in life. It's just mind-boggling to me. And like, that's why, like, some of the messages that people message me after listening to the podcast, they were just like, dude, this is insane. Like, I didn't know that you were, so passionate for this kind of stuff, or like, what you did in life. It's really cool that you have that no bullshit attitude. And like, I didn't think it would have like such a huge impact on people. And I was just blown away. And it's really been, difficult for me to like branch out and try and do different stuff, because I've always been like, hey, like I told you guys before, I did this thing called Tower Talk, and I always like taking time and just hanging out with chat. I just think it's very important to do that, to just hang out with chat, have fun, do what you do, talk to people. Just by saying hi to someone in chat goes a long way. I've seen people come in and they're like, hey man, how's it going? New here. And I say hi and they're like, hey, you said hi. I want to chill here. Like, it's awesome. It's a cool feeling. Sorry, the pup's he's a little wound up right now, so I'm trying to play catch with him at the same time and keep it going. What? You could come in here and say hi. You could come say hi. What? Come here. Come here. Over here. That's how you stayed here? That's what I'm talking about. You're interrupting the show. The very important show right now. That people are listening. Yeah? You could come say hi. Should we tell Chat a story? Chat said that they wanted a story this week on the podcast. What stories should we tell them? We got some good ones. We could do the security guard egg story. Or some good stories. What could we go over? We could tell the egg story. We could tell Timmy the Tweaker. Timmy the Tweaker story. That was good on New Year's. The date story's on YouTube. We don't need that. I think we say the egg story. So people were asking that I would tell a story. I got a lot of stories, but we're gonna start off with the egg story. So I went to Panama City Beach for spring break. By the way, great place to go for spring break, man. If you're young, that's the place to go. Jesus. Some of my best moments in life was on that beach. PCB, baby. Spinnakers. Closing it down. What was really cool is we had a nice condo. We had like a penthouse condo right on the beach, like right on PCB. And there was like six of us staying in one condo. We threw down on it just to have a big place, because we're like, oh, we're cool. And we found out that there was a certain group of people that went during the week or on the weekends. And we're like, fuck it, let's stay 2 weeks. So we stayed 2 weeks because it was kind of funny. The 1 week, there was like people from the north there. And then the next week, people from the south were there. I didn't know my liver could go to the limits that I pushed it those 2 weeks, but damn, did we party. So what was cool is they had like wristbands for when you first got there, and it was just indicating that you stayed at the resort. And the security guard, the main dude, he was cool, like the boss man. He was like the owner of the security company, and he's like, here's some extra wristbands. hang out, have fun. You know, if you bring girls back, give them wristbands, get them in, have a good time, boys. And we're like, hell yeah, we're gonna have a blast. So we went out and we had some fun, had some drinks, and we brought some girls back. And here comes Mighty Mouse. Well, what am I gonna call him? Mighty Mouse Melvin. You know, this guy was 120 pounds, maybe 130, about 130 wet. This dude was just Mighty Mouse syndrome. He had that security badge on and he thought he was on top of the fucking world. And he stops us at the gate and he goes, where's all the wristbands at? You know, we're not going to have none of this going on and blah, 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 blah. Well, the one girl was still putting hers on and he's like, oh, she doesn't stay here. Nope, that's a fake wristband, blah, blah, blah. You're not getting in with the group. And I'm just looking at him like, bro, like, you do know that your boss gave us these to enjoy our time. And this motherfucker was top flight security, man. He was hitting us with that bullshit, blowing the whistle, you know, and I was just like, come on, man. Like, dude. So we're like, all right, fuck this shit. So we go sneak around back. We waited like 10 minutes, you know, so he didn't see us. We went around back, tried getting in the back entrance. Here he comes. And this is where he started blowing the whistle. He actually pulled out his whistle and he blew it. And I'm like, there's no way that he just blew a whistle at me. Blew a whistle. Said, nope, you ain't getting in. And if you keep trying this again, I'm going to make a report that you could be kicked out of the resort. And I'm like, who hurt you? What's wrong with you today? Are you good? Like, why are you so miserable? Why are you trying to ruin my time? Do you hate your job or something? And he just, rules are rules, you know? And I'm like, come on, man, don't be that guy. So we started pulling out the money, you know? Pulled out, you know, some 20s and a 50. And we're like, hey, man, look, here's like $100. Leave us alone. You know, your boss, like we knew his boss's name. We called him by his name. We're like, he told us that it was cool. He gave us extra wristbands. Like, you're stepping on a line. I know you're enforcing the law for your job, but come on, man. Help us out here. Throw us a bone. He just wasn't having it. And he was just being rude. So he wouldn't let us in. Would not let us in, would not let us get in there. So I'm like, all right, man, here's the plan. You know, these girls were annoyed. They were like, hey, look, we're trying to party. You know, and we're like, yeah, just give us a minute. So a couple of us go up there. We go up to the room and come back down and get his attention out front, literally getting his attention. We come back down. We're like, oh, we went up to our room. You know, we're playing off like we had drinks. You know, we're like, oh, yeah, now we're going to go walk around. He's like, oh, okay. Really, what we were doing was grabbing his attention so that people could sneak in the back. And when he found out last minute, because he's like, hey, where's the rest of your group? And we're like, just standing there like laughing. And he's like, that's it. So he takes off, runs around to the back of the building, realized we already put a swoop on him, you know, hit him with the decoy. So by the time he came up front, we're already upstairs. We're partying, having a good time, doing stupid shit, you know, drinking way too much. And by the time, you know, we partied, it was like 2-3 o'clock in the morning and like everyone's winding down. And I go out on the balcony and I see him and he's harassing another group. You could just tell, like, he was pointing his finger. He's doing the little Mighty Mouse shit. And you knew he was giving him a hard time. And I was like, nah, not again. He's going to do it. He's going to give people a hard time. He's being a piece of shit. This girl comes out of nowhere. And, you know, she was partying with us and she's like, why don't we just hit him with an egg? And I'm like, oh. I'm like, well, we're kind of high up. We're like 5 floors up. We should just scare him with it, you know? So we actually went to the grocery store that day and we had like, it was disgusting how much food we had in our condo, by the way. Like 20 steaks, like 20 dozens of eggs. So we start grabbing some eggs. We launch him down, you know, miss, you know, because we're like, we don't want to hit him because like that would hurt. And we start chucking the eggs to the left and the right of him. We even hit his guard shack because he had a little guard shack. And the way this man was trying to dodge stuff, it was fucking hilarious. Like, dude, he was bobbing left and right, trying to find out. He goes into his guard shack, grabs these binoculars. Now he's looking around. I'm literally like pissing myself. I'm laughing so hard, like pissing myself. I'm laughing so hard. He's putting his coat up. He's like guarding it with his shield, and he's like putting it down like this, like a fucking superhero, you know, trying to look around. It was so fucking funny, you know. And people might think that it's mean, but hey, like this, you know, karma's a bitch, you know. And it's tough, you know. We didn't want to give him a hard time, but we were young and we were drunk, and it was just one of those situations. So we saw a group of people walking up to the shack, and we didn't want to start throwing it. We didn't want to throw any more eggs, because we were like, hey, random people are coming up, you know, we don't want them to get hit. And he comes running out, and he's like, guys, get in here, get in the parking garage, we're under attack. I lost it. I was laughing so loud that we were like trying to blow our cover, because like they were looking up there. He's just like, get in here, I'll protect you. Like, this man said we're under attack. He's like putting his coat up, trying to like guard people, and they're all freaked out, like, oh, what's going on? So after the group passes by, we start chucking him again, and he's, this guy's freaking out. He's stomping left and right, walking back and forth, trying to find out who's causing this mayhem. So he calls him back up. He gets on the radio. So the guy comes in, you know. He's in like a blacked out Jeep. You know, here comes Mighty Mouse number 2. He hops in the Jeep. They park in the parking garage, and we see him with binoculars trying to look. They're trying to look at the condos and see what's going on. They're trying to see like who's doing what. So this went on for like another 30 minutes where we're just like laughing, watching them. Hey, can't be chewing on that bottle, bud. It's a little loud. Is my mic picking that up? He's chewing on a bottle down there. I don't know if you guys hear it or not. But you don't hear it? Okay. He's chewing on a bottle. As long as it's not picking it up. So we had an idea of, I was gonna go down there and act like I was hit. So I put on a beater, I put on a tank top, and I smashed an egg on my chest. And I ran down to where he was, and I'm like, they got me! I'm hit! Man down, code red. He's freaking out, and he comes up to me, are you okay? What is going on? Are you hurt? What's going on? I'm like, the pain! I'm overselling it hard, you know? I'm like, oh, he got me! Man down! And he's like, all right, let's go around back. We're gonna sneak around. We're gonna get you in safe. I'm like, all right. Now he's acting cool. So we go around back, and he starts like giving me a hard time about the wristbands again. He's like, hey man, you know, you just can't be doing that stuff. And you know, look what's going on now. Like, don't be trying to sneak people in, and they could be the ones doing it. And yada, yada, yada. So while I'm talking to him, his back is to the balcony. My buddies are up there, and I just see them all just winding up, and I'm standing there, and I'm like, all right, this is gonna look cool, right? And I just see these eggs coming down, and they look like some heaters, and I'm just like, oh shit. I'm stepping, I'm like, oh, it's coming down out there, get me, dude. He was like, he's like, roll around, bro. We're by the pool. I'm like, should I jump in the pool? Like, bro, I was dying. Like, I was trying so hard to keep a straight face, but I kept laughing so hard. So I end up running back inside. You know, I'm like, all right, enough's enough. I was trying to like hide the fact that it wasn't us, because I'm like, yo, this will be cool. Dick move, by the way. It was a dick move, you know. But you do stupid shit, right? I'm not afraid to admit that the stupid shit that we do in life, you know. So I go upstairs. We're all dying laughing. You know, I wash the egg off me. And about 10 minutes later, someone knocks on the door. Boss man knocks on the door, and he goes, hey guys, I got a complaint that some people are throwing some eggs, and I got a feeling it's you. I'm like, nah, man, we'd never do that, you know? We'd never do that, you know? No. And then, like, my buddy goes walking by with a whole dozen of eggs in his hand. He's like, hey, man, who are we hitting him next? And I'm like, all right. Caught red-handed. It was us. He's like, look, man, why didn't you just tell him to call me at the gate? I'm like, dude, we tried. We told him to call you over and over and over. Like, we told him that it was cool. You're the one that gave us the wristbands. He's like, yeah, he could be a hard ass sometimes, you know. And I'm like, look, we didn't mean to do it on purpose. You know, we were just trying to, you know, be stupid, and we were drinking, and we didn't mean to. And we'll go apologize if you want. He's like, nah, fuck him. I'm like, he's like, nah, I mean, he shouldn't have gave you a hard time. That's not cool. And I'm like, sure, I can just go apologize. He's like, nah. He's like, just have a good night, you know. He's like, I know you guys are here for 2 weeks. This is what, day 3. He's like, don't let me get another report about you. And I'm like, all right, you know, it's cool. But yeah, man, we didn't see little Mighty Mouse for the rest of the vacation. And you know, it was a dick thing to do, man. But we've all done some stupid shit. But hey, man, those. No, he didn't get fired. No, he didn't get fired. He just, I think he took a different shift. I think he probably took a different shift, because they all watched all the resorts. So it was like a huge company. So he might have went to a different resort or something. I don't know. But again, you know, you know, it was a dick move. But man, that story was something. But man, Panama City was still one of the best experiences of my life. So much partying and so much shit I was introduced to. If I could go back with the knowledge that I have now, yeah, lots of fun. So if you're younger and PCB is still a thing, I would go check out Panama City Beach during spring break and have the best time of your life. Because we were on the beach. Luke Bryan was performing. About 100,000 people on the beach while we're just jamming the country and other concerts. It was cool. I went into the bar to get a drink, and Cole Swindell was sitting at the bar. He had his hat on real low. Ah! You tell him. Come on. I'm gonna go get the dog a treat real quick. Let me get a pause. It's all good though. Stretch it away. Go get your treat. Go get it. It's out there. Go get him. Yeah, you know, people go through their piece of shit era. It happens. You know, I feel like everybody does, but you know, it was a good time. But again, you know, I mean, that. I know it's kind of off topic being story time, but you know, that goes with the saying is, you know, live your life. You know, I know a lot of people that just, they stay content with what they do in life, and they don't travel, or they don't, you know, take risks. Like, man, I always have that saying. I know everybody says it, but the only things I regret in life are the risks I've never taken. You know, there's been opportunities that I've had over my lifetime, and you know, I've said no to, and I regret it. And I all I try and do is just give people advice on to not make the same mistake. Because I don't care who it is. Someone could be younger than me. Someone can be older than me. If they're giving me advice, I'm listening. You know, because I want to know. I want to know what advice I can take. You can never know too much. You know, maybe there's something you're trying to get into. Maybe there's a career you're trying to get into, or a new job, or you know, something you don't know about. If someone's willing to give you advice on something, I usually listen. Like, hey, you know. And even sometimes chat will tell me, they'll be like, hey, you know, maybe you should try this. Maybe you should try this. Or maybe you should try this content. And I do take it into consideration. It's just, it's really hard for me to make the jump. Like, even doing this podcast every Saturday is very risk taking. Because some people are like, hey, I'm here for Destiny. I know that. What? I know the podcast is getting ready to start. And some people, like, they're not about it. But it's just like, sometimes you got to put your foot down and be like, hey, you know, I want to take time. I want to get used to knowing people. I want to talk about cool things, because, you know, this could get blown up into something so much bigger. You know, I want to, you know, people ask me, are you ever going to have guests on? Of course I will. But I just wanted to kind of get the base couple episodes going and get people tuning in each week, and then just surprise someone and be like, hey, we got so-and-so to come talk. And we just talk about whatever we want, and maybe let some people pick some topics we talk about, or, you know, just do whatever we can. But I can definitely tell you in the future, we will do stuff, you know, even on when I move in the new house, you know, there's other stuff that I can do. There's what? Last week you didn't come in here at all. You were sleeping. Now you're all hippity hop hooray. What are we doing here? We got toys on the ground. We got bones to chew, and you don't want none of that. Come here. Come get this pig. Bring it here. What? It's almost dinner time soon, right? Wanna come say hi? Okay. Puppy's in the lap. Yes, he is. Big old pup. Big old baby. That's all. I know. You just want to say hi. Should we ask chat what they want to talk about too? I mean, I could keep blabbering. Should we ask chat what they want? Like some Q&A? Because I know people from listening on Spotify and YouTube, they asked me to read the questions that I was answering. So we could do some of that. So we're only about an hour in. While we're petting the pup. You just do you. People will follow you and lurk, keeping up with the job that you've been doing. You have a lot of key people that definitely help you in the background. 100% phenomenal job at what you do. Thank you. Let's get a couple questions from chat before I keep blabbering. Chat, you got any little Q&As you want to know or talk about? Because I'm down. You got to just at me, though. GsxrMixer drinks with Clyde at the bar in the new crib. We could do that. What made me get a dog? I was lonely. I was sick of just chilling and being alone. And I always wanted a Doberman. And I wanted a blue one. And I wanted to call him Thor. That was like, you know, my thing. And when I saw that there was a breeder in Cincinnati, I drove and went and got him. And he's the best friend I could ask for. I think he was just made for content. He just knows to be loud and obnoxious and come on camera and hang out and sit here like this and entertain people. Least favorite commercial to watch? I don't know. I don't really watch a lot of TV anymore. It's not really my thing. What's up, Mike? A couple other questions. Do I want to get married? I do. I want to get married, have kids. That's kind of the daily struggle that I deal with all the time of where I went wrong, you know? I feel like I feel like I fucked up somewhere, you know? I feel like I would have already had all that stuff taken care of, but I didn't, you know? But, you know, hey, you can't rush that type of shit, you know? Plus, nowadays, you know, getting married is a big yikes. You mentioned that your mom didn't like you on video games. How did you explain it to them and have to accept it? You guys, your dad, the exact same at the moment, at 22 at home, living with them, but I feel guilty every time I go to my game room. Well, you shouldn't feel that. I mean, do you have a job? I mean, and I always say, you know, when you're over the age of 18, I feel like when you're younger, it's understandable, but like if you got a job, you should be helping your parents out. You should be helping them with rent, maybe groceries, just a little something, you know? But if you work and you put in the time and you do shit around the house to earn your keep, you shouldn't feel bad about playing video games at all, you know? And you shouldn't have to explain yourself either, you know? You should tell your parents like, hey, I work, I do what I got to do. You know, what else do you need me to do? But don't give me shit for playing video games. I mean, that's what I would say. Wouldn't say shit, but that's what I'm saying. I agree, Thor. Come on, bud. Go get your ball. Or get your bone. Well, hopefully that helps you out, Wahlberg. Do I have any tips on dealing with depression? Well, dealing with depression, I mean, there's only so much you can do. You know, me personally, I think it's the best to go see a doctor. First of all, because I mean, you could have some crazy case of depression and not know. You know, you got to balance in life, you know, or you'll tip the fuck over. You've been out. What do you want? More water? Hold on, guys. I gotta go calm them down again. I'm sorry. Come on. Let's get some water or something. Come on. Alright, we gave you some water. I think that's what he wanted. Had your first kid at 38? That makes me feel a lot better. My mom had me when she was 35. So I understand that. How did I meet Sweat, CB, and Evan? Well, I met Sweat first. Well, I met Glad, and then he invited me to come do the world's fastest Leviathan kill. I said that in the last episode. I met Sweat, and when I joined on them, and then CB and Evan, I've just met them of just being around in the community for years, and you know, make great friends with them and hung out with them. But yeah, D Styles, you should definitely talk to people, because I always tell people, you know, I mean, there's been times where I've went and seen a doctor, I've went to groups, you know, not most people want to put in the work and do that shit, but I was going to 2 group meetings a week. I was seeing a psychiatrist, you know. I kind of put my foot down and wanted to deal with it more, because I was sick of dealing with all the buildup, you know, the bullshit. And it's sometimes it's good. Sometimes you could be fine for like a year, and then all of a sudden something happens, triggers you again. You're just like, what the fuck? Like, it's, you know, it's insane. Beers at the bar for Sunday night football. Yeah, I'll be drinking some beers tomorrow and enjoying my Sunday football. Browns pulled it off, man. Browns pulled it off. You know, they hit that 58-yard kicker. I'm impressed. Yeah, but back to the whole video game thing. Like, it's the same thing. I feel like playing video games is the same as people watching TV, like Digi just said. You can't, you know, you can't really bitch at people for doing that. You know, it's 2022, you know. It's like the new meta. I mean, that's why I tell everybody, like, I literally tell people, like, my friends, I'm like, everything's online now. You know, hustling graphics cards or PS5s or Xbox Series X or Pokemon cards or shoes or, you know, crypto or OnlyFans or shit like that. Like, streaming, like, everything's a hustle online now. And there's so many ways to make money online. And people are like glued to their phones, their tablets, their computers, and you shut down the internet for a week, we'd all be fucked. Like, everyone would freak out. They'd panic. You know. Joel Max says, I feel that still not married and I turned 38 today. Happy birthday. I think girls meet when you're dating and will react what you're doing of being a streamer. I mean, go watch the date story on my YouTube. That'll pretty much tell you. I mean, people just, I don't say streaming, I say YouTube. I just tell people I do YouTube. If I say I'm a streamer and play video games, they're just like, what? I tried that and it didn't work. People were just like, what do you mean you play video games? You're an idiot. You're a waste of space, idiot, dumbass, you know. People just, you know, didn't accept it. So I just say, hey, I do YouTube. I make videos and blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, once I see that they have interest, like, oh, really? Like, what do you do videos on? And then I'd say TikTok, and then I say YouTube, and then I say streaming. And they're like, oh, that's cool. But, like, they still don't understand it, you know? I mean, my friends and my family, they tune into streams sometimes. My close family and, you know, even my grandparents watch my YouTube. And they all say the same thing. They're like, hey, you know, sometimes you say a little too much. You know, sometimes you say this, you know, you shouldn't say this. You know, you got to watch what you say. And I just tell them like, but that ain't me. And then my family comes back and tells me, that's right. You aren't fake. But, do you think sometimes you should act a little different just so people don't judge you? And I'm like, hey, fuck them. I tried that. I tried that approach. I tried that approach of being positive Peter and being nice and doing what you can. And guess what? It got you fucking nowhere. Get you nowhere. You try and be nice, everything you try and comment on Twitter, and you try and be nice to everybody. And guess what? People still stab you in the fucking back because they don't care. Fuck that. 100% be yourself. If people don't like you, fuck them. Who cares? Guess what? Do you accept yourself? If like me, I accept myself who I am. I know that sometimes I can be hard-headed and I'm an asshole, but who isn't? Not everyone's a fucking saint. But I accept that. And I sometimes if I say something or I go a little overboard, I'll be like, hey, my bad, oops, didn't mean to say that, There's never really a time where I hurt someone's feelings. They kind of just know that it's me, Been a few times where I've checked some people in chat and they message me and they're like, hey, I feel like what was said to each other was a little bit overboard. Can we just squash the beef? I'm like, yeah, my bad. Like, if I say something ever in my streaming career or in a video and it offends someone and they message me, my first reaction would just be like, my bad. Like, because you never know how it impacts their life. Like, I'm a punching bag. Let me get shit on, I can deal with it. I'm fucking thick-skinned. I'm not going to be all depressed about it, and I'm not going to beat myself up because I've kind of programmed myself to deal with, hey, this is your life now. Streaming is your life, and this is how you got to deal with it and move the fuck on. And just, hey, either people are your friends or they're your enemies, and that's just how it is. Because you don't have time for that shit, All I try and do is give people a place to hang out every day in chat, give you a positive place to hang out, laugh, and give back. Because the reason why is that I owe chat everything. Yes, I work hard and do what I've done for the years, but without chat, I ain't shit. Without chat, without the viewers, without people supporting me on multiple platforms, I ain't shit. And I don't care what anybody says. I work hard for it, but I like to give back. And that's why when we do good around here, we've crushed it. We just smashed over 6K subs on YouTube, on Twitch. And I was like, you know what, chat? Next month, it's going to be a juicer month. Let's give back. Let's do another giveaway. And everyone's like, you don't have to do all these giveaways. I don't. But knowing that there's someone in chat that could win some cool shit, or someone that's, sees my post on Twitter or YouTube that enters the giveaway and it could change their life, that's what I'm all about. I just want to make people happy. When it comes down to it, that's all I want. I just want people to be happy, and I want people to enjoy themselves. And then we talk a little shit on the way. Because remember, your true friends don't like you unless they talk shit to you. I'm just letting you guys know that right now. I'm scrolling through chat still, It's I'm missing some comments. There's someone in your life who is doing some bad things, and how do you help someone when they don't want your help? I mean, you can only offer so much help, and you can only say, hey, you should do this and you should do that. But in the end, they don't want to hear the shit. They've chose their path, and there's only so much they can do. If their family doesn't care, or you can't get their family involved, or you can't get someone to talk to them involved, unfortunately, there's not much you can do. I've been there where I've my friends have asked me to, I told you guys, I used to drink all the time. My friends would be like, hey, you need to stop partying, you need to start taking life seriously. I didn't take life seriously until I was about 26. Living check to check, didn't give a fuck. I was partying it up. But, some people, the light clicks on a little sooner than others. Favorite game to play before Destiny? Favorite game to play before Destiny? I would say I was a big EA fan. I was huge into the NCAA football, which is coming back, by the way. That Dynasty mode might be sick. I was a big Madden freak. UFC, NBA 2K. I was into all those games. It was game time. So I played a lot of those games. Need for Speed Underground 2, instant classic. I don't play Outriders anymore until there's new content, but I love that game. Yeah, exactly, C-Mill. This is interactive TV. It's the same thing. People that watch TV, people that play video games, it's the same shit. And you know, it's insane. And that was a good thing. I'm glad that chat said that. Your dad thinks that that's all you do. I mean, that's okay. So if your parents think that's all you do to play video games when you're not working, they're just worried. They're just like, hey, why did, you know, like, that's how the generational skip happened. I mean, think about it right now. You talk to your parents about anything, you just ask them, hey, you know, what about buying a house? You must throw down 20%. That's how it used to be. I bought my new house. I didn't put down 20%. I don't care about paying the PMI. It's only a little bit. Me, I'd rather take some of that money I put aside and invest it into the house. Put a wet bar in. Invest into the property. Trust me, I had to explain to my family for like ever. They were like, oh, what the, you know? And it's just like when I grew up, I could say the same thing. I'm literally a streamer, but when I was growing up, it was go outside and play. Go outside and play and do whatever you can do until the streetlights come on. We were playing kickball, we were doing whatever. Now you don't even see kids outside. But again, it's a different world we live in now. Shit's different. You know, we got plagues going around. But like my parents wouldn't let me sit inside. Now it's encouraged, you know? So it's totally different. So it's like you're telling people to go outside and have fun, but really in my career, it's like, hey, stay home, turn Clyde on, watch me on stream, watch my YouTube videos. Yes. Like it's totally different. Like, so that's why I'm kind of worried about the middle generation. I'm worried about the generation that's growing up right now that's in the teens, you know, the 18s to 20s, right around there. The younger kids are fine, because those kids that are 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, they're all our children, people my age, and we're raising them right. But man, the younger generation right now, they're fucked up. Scary fucking creatures, I'll tell you that. They're doing weird shit in this world, and they just don't give a fuck. Like, man, like, and I say this is, and I'm not like profiling anyone here, but like the people that acts like pieces of shit and people that do some cruel shit in this world or say some mean shit on Twitter, I click on their profiles and it's all that around that age. And they all got some weird ass profile. They're young and they're like just hating, and that's fine. You know, remember what I said, my job is to stream every day and make content every day to piss people like that off. And one day, you know, they'll grow the fuck up and realize like, damn, you know, I was trying to do all that shit and hate, but now, you know, where am I at in life? What did I do with my life? You know, you wake up, snap of your finger, you're 26, and you're like, what the fuck? I was 20 yesterday. Trust me, it goes that quick. It does. I don't feel 35. I don't feel 35. If I shave the beard off, I look 20. You know, that's, man, I'll tell you what, like, it's just crazy. Oh, the Christmas giveaway event. That was really good. We gave away $15,000. Yeah, that was insane. Maybe Santa Clyde will come to town again and do the same thing. Got a lot better at taking some of the shit in chat after Witch Queen dropped. I you know what? I mean, I did. But you know how these new installments are. Like, dude, people just come in and they go, streamer, do this. Hey, streamer, do this, do this, do this. Did you play this yet? Did you do this? Did you get this? Did you get this weapon? Streamer, why don't you have everything in the game? I just turned on 10 different videos. They got the guns and you don't. You suck. Bro, I'm telling you. Like, half the time when the new installment comes out, I don't even look at chat. I'll just like peek over and I'll be like, all right, is it safe to look? Is it safe to look at chat right now? Because shit's going down. Like, God damn it. It's, man. I think on Witch Queen, I told chat to shut the fuck up. I was like, damn, I felt toxic. I just told chat to shut the fuck up. EA Sports, it's in the game, right? Hey, where did I think I would end up when I was younger? I thought I was gonna be a cop. I thought I was going to be a cop. I thought I was going to be on the SWAT team kicking open doors. That's what I thought. That's what I always wanted to do. I wanted to be, you know, I wanted to have the Mighty Mouse syndrome. I wanted to be a badass. I also wanted to save lives and change people's lives. Right! Now I'm stuck here with a dog. Come here. What? You're being very chatty today. You're okay. You're okay in my book. We got a little hydrate here. A little sparkling ice, black cherry. It's like I drank this stuff and then made black cherry flavor. Gamer Subs. So it tastes like that or triple X vitamin water. It's kind of crazy how that works. Where's your bone? If you get your bone, you could chew on it. See? Or you could chew on my hand. What's your deal? Everybody in chat right now might think twice about getting a Doberman. Because they're vicious lapdogs. And they just want to love you. Look at that face. But yeah, I wanted to be a cop. But realization nowadays, cops don't get respected. They don't make enough money. They should be paid more. Just like teachers. Teachers don't get enough pay. So if you're on the first response department, or you're a nurse, or you're a teacher, you deserve more. In my opinion. Take my tax money, you deserve it. Because you keep the world going round and round. Yeah, that training too. Yeah, the training's a little tough. Do I ever have concerns what's going to happen after Final Shape? I mean, after Final Shape, I mean, I'm prepared to, you know, if Bungie stopped creating content after Final Shape, which they won't, I would be prepared to take my community and go and do whatever I can in streaming. I would find a different game to play. I would find a way to entertain people, and I'd find a way to dominate every day. I mean, that's just the mentality that I have to keep. And that's what I'm trying to do right now with like YouTube, TikTok, and streaming. When I move into the new house, you know, fun fact you guys might not know, I play the drums. I've been playing the drums since I was a young kid, like 3-4 years old. I was sitting on the stool. I'm buying a drum set, and I'm gonna jam the fuck out. Chad asked me, hey Clyde, hit a beat real quick. I'm gonna go get on the set where I'm gonna change scenes, and I'm gonna jam the fuck out. You know? But I wanna like take like my career to like the next step. You know, I told you guys, when we're sitting here gaming and we're streaming, I'm like, hey, Chad, I'm hungry. I'm going to flip the fucking camera up into the camera up in the kitchen. We're going to go flip it and skip it on the fucking frying pan, cook some shit up, drink some beers. That sounds like a fucking dream job to me. Hanging out with chat, cooking some shit, grilling up some steaks, drinking some beers. Man, that could be nuts. This dog is in heaven right now. What's wrong with you? Are you showing off right now? What's wrong? Whoa. Don't do that. What? I know. Now you turn into a dickhead. Take offense to that? You're 21 with 2 kids that are playing outside every day. Hey, well, good to you. Good for you, man. It's awesome to hear. Would you like to talk on the mic? I hope the mic picked that up. That's Thor growling. Vicious animal. Love being told you're 28 and you'll be 38 next month. Boomers unite. I don't know how. I honestly don't know how Lightfall is going to affect the Destiny community. I think the Destiny community just expects way too much now. I think that people just expect that the game's just going to do great. Like, look at PvP. It's in shambles. It's in a really bad spot. I did play Trials, but it you know, it just didn't feel like Trials to me. It was just... What, man? I just pet you and scrubbed your ears. I feel like PvP's in a really bad spot right now, and they need to do something about it. Because like I said before, I said that they're gonna make drastic changes for Lightfall. They're gonna change the sandbox. They're gonna nerf some stuff. Why not do that on December 6th when the next season starts? Listen to the complaints, fix the bugs, adjust it for Lightfall. That way, we go into Lightfall with a really good change. Do not make a drastic change going into Lightfall and giving a reason to hate on your new content. Let them hate on the shit that's not out yet. You know, I mean, the seasonal content, you know, who gives a shit? If people are like, hey, man, doing these expeditions now sucks, who really gives a fuck, right? But if they like, hey, Lightfall's terrible, that sounds way worse, you know. To me, it does. It sounds really, really bad. It you know, it would just be a totally different ball game with that. But you know, Bungie does what they can do. You know, me personally, I think that all the shit that Bungie has dealt with over the last couple of years, I just think they don't give a fuck no more, and I don't blame them. But you know, I mean, it's your game. You know, if you want people to play, people will play. If people don't want to play, that's fine. I mean, I don't like what they've been doing with this whole numbers shit. They've been putting the numbers in the TWAB. Like, look at us. Look at all these daily players and all these new players. Well, yeah, you only post that when there's a new season. Why don't you post stuff now? You know, I can't wait to see the trials numbers, you know. I honestly can't wait to see them. You know, let's go look at it right now. Let's go look at the trials report. I think it was over 100,000 players yesterday. Weekly players, 222,000. That's actually really good. In the recent hour, 41,000. No Time to Explain has 676,000 kills, and then the BXR is at 471,000. And then it's Beloved and Ostringer, so it's pretty good. 200,000 players. I mean, that's pretty good. So again, I just think they need to do something with it, and I'm not a big fan of the Master King's Fall either. It should be a contest. You know, right now people are sitting on the moon. They're just leveling up to be over level. You know, a full team of 1,600 is going to run that right over on Tuesday. But again, I just feel like some parts of the community get left out when master raids come out. So we'll see. You know, we'll see what happens. Trying to scroll down with chat and get caught up on the questions. Have I ever thought of becoming an actor? I take it like this, you know. I got lucky, and I'm calling it luck because, you know, getting successful on streaming is kind of luck. A little bit of luck, but others hard work and, you know, busting your ass. You know, I told you I went through 3 years of hell, working 10 hours a day and streaming 10 hours a day. I didn't think I was gonna make it. I would not wish that on my worst enemy, by the way. How I was, where my head was, you can ask chat. I mean, I was in a bad mood. People would come into chat, and I'm supposed to be the big dog. I'm supposed to be the entertainer, and I'm supposed to ignore a troll, but I just couldn't. People would disrespect me, or they'd say some shit of what I was doing, and I just reacted, and I'm like, fuck. Like, they just got a clip on me. They just clipped it, and they're like, hey, look at this asshole. Like, it punished me, you know. And you know, there's a lot of people to this day that'll come in chat and be like, hey, man, you know, I'm glad you know, your streaming career has gone the way it is, and you know, I used to watch you back in the day, and I didn't have a good time. Now I do. At least they're honest. I'm cool with that, you know. But I mean, you know, I'm not afraid to admit it. I didn't know how to deal with the internet. I didn't know how to like adjust myself, and that's, you know, I'm working on myself every day. That's why I'm here. Bust my ass, you know. I take advice from chat all the time, and I try and, you know, just do what I can. And at least I'm giving it my best shot. And sometimes, you know, I try and go overboard and go over the top and bust my ass and do extra work. And, you know, that's all I can do. But I always work on myself every day. I try and do something better. Some days I succeed. Some days I don't. And that's the way I look like it as. Like, you know, what, you know, that's why I wanted to switch my stream schedule. Now that I'm streaming in daytime, settle down. Football game just started. Buckeyes are on. Chill. Oh, that's a whiny boy. That's just something. I'm trying to pull up the game. Okay? Who's out there? Is that Squirrel out there? We're up 7-0. Okay? 7-0 Bucks. Are you being a Remy? How'd you just come up here, get ear hugs, kisses, and loving, And then you hit me with that. You're like Twitch chat. Yeah, just bullying me. You don't need to go out. You've been out. Because usually if I say OUT, you freak out. So, I think you're making shit up right now. Yeah. I just heard you, that bark, you just said bullshit. Yeah. Alright, one more treat, and then we come back and talk. Yeah, but that's why I just took a big risk, Chad. I switched to day streams, you know. Streaming at noon every day and being able to get off around 8 and 9. You know, obviously I'd stream a lot longer. Some people have seen me do the 10, the 11, the 12-hour streams if there's a lot of content, but I don't want to like rush through it all and get bored. But just doing the day streams now, my head's more focused. I can get more shit done. When I end stream, I answer emails, I answer DMs, I, you know, work on some videos. My head's just in a better spot. And I'm thankful that, you know, the community is adjusted with the schedule too, because doing that night stream 4 to 12 sucked. Sometimes I'd stream to 2 in the morning and then I'd eat dinner and then I'd be in Discord and then I'd look over and it's like 4 in the morning. I'm like, what the fuck? And then guess what? I wouldn't get out of bed till noon. It was just crazy. Discord is the best way to get a hold of me. But you know, I'm thankful. I love it. I've been being a boomer. I've been going to bed at like midnight. And then I wake up at 6:30 in the morning, 7 a.m. ready to roll. Motivated, get shit done, go to the gym. You know, it's nice. You know, nice. Like, I'm motivated. I get done. I make breakfast. I wake up. I make some eggs or some oatmeal. Go to the gym. Come home. Play with the dog. Play with the dog all day. And then it's like 10:30, 10:45, 11 a.m. And I'm like, all right, 11 a.m. It's time. I got like an hour routine before I get ready for stream. I take a shower. I make a lunch. Like, you know, I'll make like a protein shake. And I'll go chill, and then I go on like a 10-minute walk. I might just walk around the block, but I kind of like I focus my head. That's something new. I've been doing that like the past month. I go on a 10-minute walk. Oh, you found the squeaker. It's like around the block. I timed it on my phone. It's like 10 minutes. So I just do a little lap around the block, and when I get back home, it's game time. I'm like focused. You know, I got some just shit, you know, ready to go, and it like meditates and it helps. So little stuff like that. Like I said, make the little to-do list. I'm telling you, just try it. Make tomorrow, Sunday, my off day. I'm gonna make a to-do list. What do I want to do this week? I can tell you guys right now. I can make my list right now. 1, Monday, you need to call the construction company. You need to ask them, when can I schedule someone to come quote the fence? I need to have someone come quote a fence for me. So I need to call around Monday before stream. I need to get my fence quoted. It's a vinyl fence. It's going to be a lot of money, and I need the square footage. And then I need to call a landscaping company and see who's going to do my landscaping in November when I close. You know, that's definitely something I have to do. I can't ignore that. If I do ignore that, I'm an idiot. Like, that's shit that has to get done. Another thing that I would probably want to do is, what juicy YouTube video can I make next week? We already have that in mind. How to return to Destiny. I'm going to talk to Merc tomorrow. We're going to work on it. I want to do a nice juicy voiceover and, you know, get that video work done. But also, that was the video from this week. So what other cool stuff can I come up with? You know, we got Master launching on Tuesday. So it's like, hey, beat Master King's Fall and then drop a guide on how everybody can beat the Totems encounter, because the Totems challenge is for the seal, and that's going to be available on Tuesday. We don't even know if it's going to be available on all. They could drop a curveball and just all the challenges be active. So we really don't know what's going to happen, but I just need to be ready for that. You know, I need to be ready for change, and that just comes with the job. You know, looking for more. Do I have any hobbies? So hobbies of mine is honestly, I just hustle, I just hustle, man. I've been at a time where I had the eviction notice. I was 3 or 4 days away of being homeless, kicked out on the street, and I was stubborn. I didn't want to go back home because what happens when you call mom and dad? You failed, in my opinion. And, it was a fucking reality check. So I am so scared to fail in life that's what keeps me going, I have to take advantage of this. This is a 1% job. In my mind, it's a 1% job. It's really cool with what I get to do and how I can influence people. But I'm not perfect. And I try and work on to do things better. But when I put my mind to something, I dominate. Anyone can ask. Anyone that knows me, anyone that's been in my community for a long time, they'll tell you, Clyde, he's got a special way of doing things, and when he puts his heart to it, the guy's unstoppable. I coach people through the raids and teach them content. Sure, when it first comes out, do I struggle? Yeah, it just came out. You give me a day or two to really study that activity, and I'll make it look stupid. I'll put it nightfalls for dummies, raids for dummies. I make it easy. That's what I did with Kingsfall. The day the contest lifted, I beat its ass, and the next day I pulled 5 people from chat that never even knew about the raid, and I took them through it. Minimal wipes. And I kind of use that attitude for life. Something comes up, some new challenge gets presented in front of me that interrupts my career. Run it the fuck over, Mike Allstott style. You know what I'm talking about? Hit the truck stick. It's game time. And that's kind of where I'm at. I told you, man. When you stay focused on life and you don't let anyone get in your fucking way, you're dangerous. The hard-nosed approach will get you treed. Some people can't handle that real shit, though. Trying to catch up in the Q&A. I'm playing Toledo, calm down. Hey, it's all good. Catching up on the Q&As. Catching up. Weeby, that's a good question. Then we got a fitness question. So how do you go by of not being judged at the gym or the fear of starting at the gym? That's definitely man, that's a whole nother fucking story. But a lot of people work out at home. Some people have the self-discipline. It's like working at home. You work from home. You need to have discipline of, hey, I need to go to work today and not be a lazy piece of shit. Because think about it. Tomorrow is my off day, but Monday I could wake up and go, I don't need to go to work. I don't need to. Hey guys, I'll see you Tuesday. So that mentality of keeping that work ethic is very difficult. I've had workouts from home. There's stuff that I do at home. I do push-ups. I do crunches. I do, lunges. I do some stuff at home. Like right now, I currently do like 100 push-ups before bed. I say 100, but it's more like 50. I'm just keeping it real. And then when I wake up, I'll do that walk around the house. But mainly, I go to the gym to stay focused. I go to the gym to say, hey, you're here. I didn't like working out from home. My old house, I had a gym in my garage, and I just felt like I didn't put enough effort in when I see others working out. You'll see someone like, hey, they're working out. I need to put in the work too. But the main thing is just believe in yourself that you're there. You walked in the door. You can go sit on the treadmill or the elliptical, and you could be there for 20 minutes and do cardio. At least you did it. At least you showed up. But for people to judge you, like, fuck them. Who cares? Don't go to like some douchey gym, Planet Fitness and, other gyms like that where they don't judge you, You can go to Senior Citizen Center. Like I have a friend. She literally has like the fear of being in public with other people. And she goes to the YMCA and works out with like the senior citizens. Guess what? It works. Because she just doesn't want to be judged. And I'm like, hey, do what you got to do. Do whatever you want. But don't worry about what others think. If you go to the gym, who gives a fuck who's looking at you? You're there to work out and you're there to do your thing. But That's another thing that I need to work on is dieting. You know, my diet's not in check like it used to be. I used to tell myself like, hey, you're gonna meal prep. You know, right now I do minimal food prep. I do eat about 4 to 6 factor meals a week now. I've been eating those factor meals. I've been eating those for like 2 months. They're all right, but again, you know, I crave the junk food. You know, I want my Doritos with jalapeno cheese dip, and you know, I want my you know, white cheddar popcorn. I love white cheddar popcorn. I could smash a whole bag. Peanut butter and jellies. You know, I eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich every day. Before stream, that's my snack. Peanut butter and jelly sandwich with a shake. Bang. That's my weakness. I can literally just smash them. And I'm not talking about a normal sandwich. This is a double stacker. It's 3 pieces of bread, and I put all the juice on there and just smash it together. And sometimes I eat 2 of them. But I've kind of trained my body to not eat as much. I'll have a snack when I'm streaming, but I eat a lot when I'm done streaming. I eat, so like I fast during streaming. Like I don't like eating a lot when I stream. That's another reason why I switched my schedule, is so that, you know, when I end stream at 8, 9 o'clock, I can make dinner. You know, I told myself, you got a brand new fucking kitchen you're moving into, you better use it. So, you know, what I'm going to do is go back to my, I'm telling you, buy a rice cooker. It saves your life. It's so easy. You throw the rice in, hit a button, you're done. And then I take about 4 chicken breasts. I put them on a baking sheet. I throw it in the oven. As soon as it hits temperature, good to go. Cooking chicken on the skillet is tough because you can't use no seasonings. You can only use like salt and pepper if you really want to eat healthy, and it tastes like fucking rubber. I would not recommend it. You can only put hot sauce on that shit every day so much. It ain't gonna help. So I'll do like rice and chicken and vegetables for 2 days of the week for lunch and dinner, and then I go to ground turkey. I do ground turkey for 2 days, and then I do like a steak. When I do steak day, though, I do steak for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 2 days, and then the 7th day is a cheat day. But again, diet is key, and you know, a lot of people are on the keto game right now. You know, keto's good, but I love my carbs. I don't know how people do it, but hey, you know, if you got the mindset to do it. But I can tell you right now, you definitely feel better when you exercise. Even when you eat better, you get that euphoria. You get a high. Like, you honestly, like, your fucking body just lets off endorphins, and you literally get a fucking high when you wake up. When you stretch, you get a good workout in, and you get that good lunch. You just get that energy. Like, you feel so much better, you know. And again, it's very hard for people to snap into it. But like when I leave the gym and I get a good lunch in after that, like I get energy from after I work out, I feel like I can conquer the fucking world, you know. But you know, I've went on carb deficits before. I've literally, you know, starved myself. You know, when I was in the douchebag days before Panama City, actually, I went 2 weeks without carbs. I'm like, oh yeah, let's just do a carb deficit and get juiced and veins popped. Yeah, Clyde, you didn't think about the time when you actually showed up to PCB and the first thing you did is went to Waffle House and smashed like 6 waffles and loaded the syrup up, and then you bloated up like a son of a bitch. You know, it's not healthy for the mindset. But, you know, by the way, you know, we all know that waffles and pancakes are bomb. But me personally, if I had to choose, I'm a waffle guy. I'm just saying. I don't hate pancakes. I don't hate French toast. But man, just a fresh waffle with some butter and syrup on it, I'm good. Pancakes sometimes, you know, they fall apart, you know. It's just what I prefer. I prefer the waffle, you know. Waffles hit the spot. And then we were talking about this in chat today. Peanut butter and jelly on waffles. Whew. Man. They'll hit different. They will hit different. They will. All right, I think I'm all caught up on stream finally. The honey too, man. Yeah, the honey too. We always end up talking about food, but it's good stuff. You know, I'm down with that stuff. Like I want to like when I move in the new house, we could just set up the mic and the camera for the podcast on Saturday, and dude, I'll just flip some fucking meals up, dude. Cook some steak, little stuffed chicken marsala, you know. We'll make some shit. I can cook decently. I can't bake, but if I do some research, I can cook. I can pretty much cook whatever. Funny story, you know, my ex-girlfriend, I swear to God, she could burn water. She was like 2 exes ago, by the way. I swear to God, she could burn water. I was out doing a side job. I was putting up a fence with my buddy, and she calls me and says, "How do you make this instant mac and cheese?" I shit you not. I'm like, there's no way. And I'm looking at my phone, and I'm like, I muted, and I'm like, you're so damn lucky you're so hot. Because you look like a fucking just princess. And did you just say that? And so I unmute, and I'm like, look, you know, there's a line inside the cup. Fill it up with water and cook it. Okay? And she's like, it's not my fault. I never cooked before, you know. She fills it up with water, throws it in the microwave. And she calls me and she says, "Hey, when I took the cup out of the microwave, you know, I had the lid on it still, and I went to drain the water out, and all the macaroni fell in the sink." I'm like, yeah. Duh. Like, you know, did you put the like, this was the easy instant mac. This was with the cup, the plastic lid. It had strains in it. You just needed to put that back on and just dump it. And she didn't. So I felt so sorry. I felt so bad, and I was like, hey, it's all good. So you know, being a good guy, I stopped at Chick-fil-A on the way home and got her mac and cheese. And then when I got home, I showed her how to cook it. I did what I could, you know. You had to make up for it, though, because sometimes, you know, a guy or a girl can be embarrassed of something they did, and you have to make them feel that it's okay, and that's what I did. I did the right thing. But then, you know, a month later, she ended up turning into a fucking rat. By that, I mean, she was just a crazy psycho. She told me that I had to quit working my job and spend more time with her. That makes fucking sense. Let me just shit out the money tree real quick. Quit working and spend more time with you. I told her to go date some guy that lives in a basement. Yeah, I'm the one that cooks because I've never dated a girl that cooks. That's on the agenda. As long as she can cook macaroni and cheese, she's a keeper. She doesn't even know how to cook anything else. You don't know if you'll ever see this, Clyde, but I really got to say, ever since I've been watching you sweat in CB, it's been so inspirational. Hey, that's what we're here for. That's what we're here for, buddy. Appreciate it. An Italian woman? Yeah, but then they're fucking crazy, bro. They're crazy, man. They're crazy. I mean, I like spicy. I like spicy, but like, dude, man, I'm telling you, that's real. It's a real story. It's a real story. I'm telling you, man. It was crazy. It was nuts. Dude, I always pick the wrong one, man. That's what I always say. I just feel like I got a dark cloud over my head. I always pick the wrong woman, you know. And the women I want are already just off limits. Shit position to be in, I guess. Welcome to the club, man. Welcome to the club, you know. But you know, it's all good. It's you know, like I said, it's not like I'm desperate or anything, but you know, I feel like I've hit that rut where I meet a woman and I'm just like, I'd like to talk to her. I'd like to, take her out sometime, but she's like, there's always complications. There's always an obstacle. And me, I don't care. I'm just like, hey, whatever. Shit happens, we can get through it, but, sometimes you just gotta sit back and chill. Or you're seen as I'm not gonna say that word. Maybe you're seen as thirsty. Yeah, I mean that whole thing in 2022 has got to go. I'm not gonna say that word. That's against TOS, but being seen as thirsty because you give a woman a compliment is a fucking joke. That's a fucking joke. People, it's against TOS because people are soft. Yeah, well, you can't call people soft either. You can't do that because sponge meter goes off, But I feel like I'm living the best life I possibly can right now, and that's because I got chat. And, it's pretty dope. It's cool to just sit here and bullshit. Nothing really planned. Like I said, the first like 30 minutes of the podcast, I wanted to get shit out, but this is what it's all about. It's supposed to be just open mic bonding stuff and vibe with people that want to tune in. And, even if people are rewatching on YouTube or listening on Spotify, like that's what it's all about to me. And, just ways to vibe like this, it's fun for me. Like, this is great. And it's like, I'm telling you, ever since I shut off Destiny and I just sat here and talked to you guys for the last hour and 42 minutes, it's very relaxing for me. And I can just sit here and talk. I can talk forever. I'm just really good at talking. I could talk about everything. I could talk about so many crazy things, I've been trying to find this YouTube video. I can't find it. It was a YouTube video of me when I used to work at this bar, and we did a blackout Black Friday party in Cleveland. And I used to have the video and I used to show chat, and it was edited, and I need to find this video and show you guys, because man, oh man, it was the doucher days. It was the Jersey Shore spiked hair, and oh man. But I can't find the video. I don't even know if it's on YouTube anymore. I need to find it. If I find it, I'll let you know. The GTL days, man. No, it's not on my YouTube channel. But it was something. Name of the bar? Velvet Dog. Show you the pic? No. Wait, I don't know what you're talking about. I have no clue what you're talking about. But yeah. The pick was a little tough. What makes someone special enough to go the extra mile or even try and put in the work? I feel like that's like an open-ended question. I feel like there's so many scenarios for that. Like there's so many different scenarios of how you could be attracted to someone, An example? I mean, for me, it's just be real, For me, it's just be real, A girl just has to be real and not be full of shit. And, the phone works both ways. Chasing's never fun. It's just, there's so many different scenarios that make someone stand out. I feel like sometimes it's just a spark. Sometimes you'll just talk to someone and you'll meet someone and all of a sudden it's just bang. You get this little goosebumps inside. You get this, your stomach starts twisting and you're like, what the hell? What's this feeling? Do I care if a girl already has kids? I've never been put in that scenario, but I would like, I think honestly, in my opinion, I would like to date a woman that doesn't have kids, because I want it to be my kids. I don't want to raise someone else's kids. So, but again, if all of a sudden that spark came up and I was feeling some type of way. I just have to accept it, you know. Be dad of the year, you know. But I don't think I'd want to, you know, take on that responsibility. You know, I mean, it kind of just depends too in that situation. Is the father around? Is he not around? You know. Yeah, Merc, you don't like to chase. Don't chase then. Be the confidence, you know. Don't be insecure. If she ain't around, that's it. You literally just said your mom's single. I'm done. Did you really just say that? I said my mom's single. That'd be crazy. Yeah, you know, that's chat for you. What, Thor? Chew on your bone. Last week you were fine. This week you chose violence. You're being nuts. Okay? Why don't you calm down? Why don't you come over here and you say, okay, yeah, you just hit your head. What's this? This is the ice cream cone that you destroyed. No, I haven't beaten Cuphead. I honestly, like, I don't know, I lost interest in the game. I need to go back at some point and beat it though. I stopped at the whole flying part. I was in a little airplane. You used my Discord today and you got your first clear of King's Fall. That sounds like a paid actor in chat, and they're lying. I think you're lying. I think someone paid you to say that. Let me know your PayPal. I'll send you the money. Yeah, Cuphead beat me. Yeah, I beat Elden Ring though. Elden Ring was fun. God, I missed that game. I do miss Elden Ring a lot. Same here. Got your first clear from Discord. That's what I'm saying though. That's what I wanted to. That's why I really wanted to talk about it at the beginning of the channel and the podcast today, is because people need to use Discord more. Have I experienced a one-sided relationship before? Oh yeah, all the time. Like someone, they don't like you back, or they put you in the friend zone, or you just feel like you're alone, and yeah, you take that beating because you like them. Yeah. Don't want to go down that road again. Nope. Those are the tough ones. And there. In the long run, though, you just realize, like, do you want him as a friend or do you not want him around at all? You know. Sometimes it's tough to choose. Sometimes there isn't a choice. But you know, everything happens for a reason. I'm a firm believer in that. But sometimes you just got to take the leap. Raising your 3 sons, I respect it. Your mom's a cook. I'm sold. Macaroni and cheese. Yeah, I'm in. No, but for real though, you guys should go check out the date story on YouTube. That's some fucking comedy right there. You know how many people used to come in the chat and be like, Clyde, I just watched the date story. What the fuck was that? I should just make YouTube videos of previous dates. God. Oh man. I've been on some weird ones. I'll tell you that. Jesus. What the hell was wrong? Date night with Clyde podcast. Oh god. I always see that. Like, I see those IRL streamers. I see those, like, just chatting streamers. Like, these girls, man, they just have dudes on and they make them do, like, a speed round of dating. Like, oh, my God. Can you imagine if I went on one of those shows? Like, it would be fucking entertainment. Oh. You know, that's a thing now, too. You can, like, rent an e-girl. You know, that's a thing. I've seen big streamers do that. They, like, rent an e-girl. Oh, what? You don't like that idea? Okay. Thor says it's not a good idea. He said stay away from the crazy ones. I think you're right. I think you're right. I think we stay away from those. You don't like that? I would feel so bad for a girl that had to hang out with you all day, Thor. You would just be a lapdog all stream. When I'm streaming, you would just spoil her with attention. Maybe we could sell on that. Could you work with me there? Hey. Just be Thor's babysitter. Why do you bite me? Chad pays for classy girl. I don't even think I would enjoy that. I honestly don't think I would enjoy that. Next episode, Tinder confessions? No. That's where we draw the line, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sir. What do you think, Thor? Huh? What? It's about that time, Thor, where we watch some football. We got Toledo and Ohio State at 21-7. We knew it was going to be a massacre, but what? Well, bless you. We've had a good day. I know this one was a lot more chill. This episode was a lot more chill, but I wanted to, you know, you got to bring variety. Like, people, you know, you can't keep it spicy every week. You know, I feel like the intro story last week was really good, and I could always go back and talk about shit like that. But I really wanted to mainly focus this episode on people, you know, and people really need to focus on their health, your mental health. Talk to people. Don't hold that shit in. Don't be miserable. Literally, if you're dealing with some shit right now and you're miserable, or, you know, your job sucks, or your fucking relationship sucks, it's time to move the fuck on. Do something. Live life. Life is so, you gotta cherish it. Cherish every day. Live your life. Have fun. Set goals. You know. Set goals and achieve them. Don't let anyone get in your way. Because you can do it. You can do whatever you want. Wahlberg, that's crossing the line. Remember, I told you, we love anime around here, but Clyde doesn't watch anime. Only time Clyde watches anime is with a girl. Just to make her happy. Because if that's something she's interested in. But just watching it on my own, I don't know about that one. But we support anime around here. Yes, we do. I can't wait to show you something that we got something. I'm working on something too. A little secret. I think you'll be blown away by it. I think you'll be blown away by it. That's all I'm gonna say. But hey, if you like whatever you want, you do whatever you want. You know, don't let anyone tell you shit. Made it to the podcast? Yeah, you made it right to the end. We just been vibing. I wanted today to be a like a chill time, and really let people know that, you know, we're here for you, and, you know, We're a huge community, and, you know, people should just reach out and make friends in the Discord and hang out and chat and, you know, hit me up. And I just don't want people to be miserable. You know, I actually care, you know. I don't want people to be bummed, you know. I just want people to enjoy life. And, you know, I got a lot of messages after the first episode, and people were just like, holy shit, like, dude, I'm fucking motivated right now. Like, you got that voice that just motivates me. Well, you know, that's what I wanted to do this one too, and just, you know, push you. I'm here to push you. I'm here to push you to do more. You know, use me as an example. Like, man, he's dealt with a lot. He's been through a lot of shit. He deals with the rats. He pushes through it. So can I. Fuck yeah. Tomorrow I'm going to do this. Use that as ammunition, you know? Hey, we're praying for your mom, Dan, you know? Prayers go out to her. I know that's a tough time to have family in the hospital or sick, so I've been there. I've seen shit that I didn't want to see in life, and I've seen family go through some stuff, but hey, you know, you gotta just remember, you're there for them, you know? You're there for them, and that's all they care about. They just care about you being there and just being positive support. Being bummed is a constant state of being, yeah, I mean, when you're bummed, you're just kind of in that fucking zone, you know? When you're in that bum state, you just, I wish I could turn my camera right now. Thor's attacking a paper plate. I don't know where he got the paper plate, but he's attacking it. I think he got it from my kitchen table. Yeah, my mom calls me every day. She lives about a mile down the road. She brought me dinner today. She brings me dinner. She brings me dinner because I buy the groceries, you know. I always got to help out. I literally have a account that's linked to my PayPal, and I just send money in there, and she'll be like, where did this money come from? I'm like, oh, that's for you. Go buy yourself something. Go buy, you know, go buy something new for your house. You know, go buy a new pair of shoes. Go buy groceries, you know. She's you know, she's my best friend, and I do anything for her. That's how I do for family, you know, and friends, you know. But she's like, oh, well, the new house, you're like 20 minutes away. I can't come out there as much. I'm like, Mom, you can come over whenever you want. Use the kitchen. Do whatever. Hang out with Thor. Just, you know, there's a spare bedroom. Well, I can't leave my dogs alone. I'm like, well, you can't bring your dogs over the house because Thor will just bully them, because she's got a little miniature Doberman Pinscher and a Dachshund. They're both cool dogs, though. Penny was actually, the miniature Dobie was my dog, and my mom wanted to keep her because her dog, Snickers, he's a light brown and brown Dachshund. They became like best friends. You hope your boys are like that when they're older? They will. Ask Mama Clyde about the secrets? Maybe. I don't know. I don't think my mom will want to be on camera, but maybe we can get her on and she could talk a little bit about me. We'll see. A mini Doberman, yeah, miniature Doberman Pinscher. They make minis. They're tiny. They're tiny. We'll see though. We'll see what Mom says. Yeah, she's been on camera like once before, but she watches stream and she reads your messages and she sees what you say. She loves you guys. I love you. But, you know, we're coming to that time where we're wrapping it up. I know it's a little chill. Probably next week we're going to get more on some other topics that I want to talk about. And then maybe the week after that we will probably have our first guest. So like one more week of us just bonding. And then, you know, I'm going to design more Q&A stuff for next week and more topics to talk about on next week's episode. And then the week after, we'll probably have a guest on. Not going to tell you who, because I don't know yet. But, you know, just to be able to talk about real life shit, you know. Bullshit like we do for 2 hours, because, you know, hey, I like giving you guys 2 hours of my day. And more hours of my day. And the 8 hours, 10 hour streams and the videos and you name it. I'm always thinking about you guys. And I do appreciate all the support and all the kind words. Thanks for supporting the podcast. Thanks for hanging out in Twitch chat. Thanks for watching on YouTube or listening on Spotify. And, you know, like I said, we're working on other stuff to get it on like Apple Podcasts, and stuff that I'm looking into. Don't forget code Clyde at checkout for power GPU and all your PC needs. Code Clyde at checkout for GsxrClyde. Looking for that energy, hashtag ad. And if you need some stuff from GsxrClyde, like some stream overlays and some emotes and cool stuff like I got, nice scenes like I have for my podcast and my stream, code Clyde at checkout as well. It was actually tagged on a YouTube video that was yesterday. They are the homies. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I'll see you next week. Thor says bye too.